Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. The test results for water samples taken from 6 locations in Slavonski Brod have come back showing that the amount of hydrocarbons in the water is under the maximal level considered acceptable. However, the National Croatian Public Health Institute did not say whether the water was safe for drinking. Meanwhile, Mayor Mirko Duspara is claiming the government is trying to cover up a case of negligence. The mayor believes the cause of the contamination was an oil leak that occurred last week during work on a pipeline by the Crodux company. Crodux denies this is the case. The mayor says the leak was much larger than the company admitted. He is calling for Environment Minister Tomislav Ćorić to resign.
We expected the minister to protect our citizens. He says he was chosen by the people, and he wasn't. He was chosen by the prime minister. If he had any conscience, he would have resigned on Friday because this is his area of responsibility. He is the Minister of Environmental Protection. We have had a leak of an unspecified amount of oil derivatives. The ministry said nothing. Unfortunately, this can only happen in Croatia.
Parliament Speaker Gordan Jandroković says the mayor's allegations are unproven and inappropriate.
These types of allegations without proof, trying to win a few political points on this serious situation, is not going to help. It is important for our institutions to do their job. First, let's make sure access to clean water is restored. If there is grounds that those who are to blame are held accountable. Again, I don't think it is appropriate for the mayor to be using this situation to win a few political points.
Finance Minister Zdravko Marić says the focus right now should be on resolving the situation in Slavonski Brod and not on political squabbles.
I was there privately to visit my family over the Easter holidays, and of course this is not a good situation for anybody. The problem needs to be solved as soon as possible and access to clean water restored to the community.
The national water management company Hrvatske vode has approved 5 million kuna in funding for work that will have to be done to connect Slavonski Brod to the water plant in Sikirevci. This should take about 2 weeks. The company has also agreed to cut the water bills for Slavonski Brod residents by 70% for the month of April. President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović is in Bulgaria for an official visit. She met today with President Rumen Radev. They spoke about the situation in southeastern Europe and issues concerning the EU and NATO. Both leaders said that they would like to strengthen trade relations.
That is why the 3 Cs initiative is focused on infrastructure development, from transportation, multimodal transport, energy, the LNG terminal, but also oil and natural gas pipelines and other energy connections.
We've determined that trade between our 2 countries is around 100 million euros annually. That's not bad, but it is in no way close to the full potential of 2 economies that are seeing dynamic growth.
At the joint news conference, both leaders were asked about relations with Russia in the wake of the nerve agent poisoning in the UK, which resulted in the tit-for-tat expulsion of diplomats.
We have a number of issues we're working on right now, from Agrokor and the Russian banks to the issue of air pollution in Slavonski Brod. I will insist we continue discussing the latter issue, and I'm confident the Russian side will be interested in pursuing those talks. Croatia has taken a position of solidarity with the EU when it comes to expelling Russian diplomats. You've seen the response we've received. I understand its political substance, but also the underlying message that I hope means Russia is willing to continue cooperating on the issues I've mentioned.
Flights will not be landing during the night at Zagreb's Franjo Tuđman Airport for the next 2 months. The airport's landing and takeoff strip will be undergoing repairs starting tonight. This is not expected to cause any major issues. In the event that late evening flights are delayed, Rijeka Airport will be operating around the clock.
Every day, except Mondays and Fridays, the landing strip will be closed from 10:30 p.m. to 6:35 a.m. On Monday and Friday, it will be closed from midnight to 6:35 a.m.
In sports, Dinamo has advanced to the final of the Croatia Cup after beating Rijeka in Zagreb 3-0. Dinamo faces perennial rivals Hajduk in the final on May 23rd in Vinkovci. Turning to tennis, there are 2 days left before Croatia's Davis Cup quarterfinal clash against Kazakhstan in Varaždin. Team captain Željko Krajan says Croatia is the favorite, but the opposing team should not be underestimated. The draw for the weekend's matches will be held tomorrow.
We have to really focus over the next few days so that we can prepare as much as possible. We respect our opponents. This is round 2 of the World Group. We're playing at home. We have a strong team and we're counting on all of that.
Thursday's forecast calls for variable clouds with occasional rain with some sunny spells in between. There is a chance of thunder showers and heavier downpours in places. On the coast, expect a moderate to high southeasterly, which will gradually subside. Winds in the north will shift to a northeasterly overnight into Friday. Morning lows will be between 8 and 14 degrees. The day's highs will range from 12 to 18. The 3-day outlook for continental Croatia calls for clouds and rain early in the day on Friday in the east, but conditions in the rest of the country will be mostly sunny and dry. This pattern will continue over the weekend. Temperatures will also get warmer on Saturday, however, the mornings will be brisk. Temperatures on the coast will be getting warmer over the next few days. Northeasterly and northwesterly winds will pick up on Friday. Calmer conditions are expected on Saturday. A southeasterly will rise again by late Sunday.
And that brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.